Like the bigger person. I'm the bigger person. I'm a boss. Drake, I'm going to give you an opportunity to apologize. First and foremost, you got to admit, confess you got your nose reduction, and confess you got a BBL. And I understand. I know what it's like having those flaps on your stomach and that sweat being under there. You ain't want to do that.
This year has been somewhat spectacular in the rap industry as several rappers continue to diss each other. The center of this diss rap is Drake and Rick Ross trying to humiliate each other. Fans always expect new jabs every day, but they never expect what Drake comes up with. Though Rick Ross was doing a good job holding down the fortress, word on the street is that Drake is about to put him in his place by dropping the leaks about what went down between him and Diddy in the bedroom. Just what happened? Let's get into it. In March 2024, Kendrick Lamar sparked a beef with two of the biggest voices in hip-hop. He featured on Future and Metro Boomin's song, Like That, and used the opportunity to take down Jake of people having issues with the rich baby daddy rapper. In the weeks that follow, he's found himself taking shots from Rick Ross and Metro Boomin. Some fans even thought The Weeknd and Future could have been trying to hit him with more subtle criticism. It all started on April 13, 2024, when Drake's song Push-Ups, Drop, Drop, and Give Me 50 Inches was leaked online. And honestly, fans see why he decided to keep this one in the vault. Each lyric was laced with mockery of some of the biggest names in the game, including Kendrick Lamar, The Weeknd, and John R.
Be nobody #1 fan. Your first #1, I had to put it in your hand. You can't get booked outside America for nan. I'm out in Tokyo because I'm big in Japan. I'm the hit maker y'all depend on. Backstage in my city, it was friend zone. You won't ever take no chain off of us. How the you big stepping with a size 7 man's on? This the part with the bite, nigga, what's up? I know my picture on the wall when y'all cook up. Extortion, baby, whole career, you been shook up. Cause Top told you.
Given how problematic the song was, a lot of fans thought that the song was a product of AI. I mean, Drake wouldn't dare poke several bears in one song now, would he? Well, it turns out he had the balls to do exactly that. Live streamer DJ Academics confirmed the song as the real deal. He had received the track in its original form with different lyrics and production.
Big difference between Mike then and Mike now. What the fuck is this, a 20v1, nigga? What's a prince to a king? He a son, nigga. Get more love in a city that you from, nigga. Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga. Yeah, I'm the 6th guy, I'm the front runner. Y'all nigga manager was Charles' little blunt runner. Claim a 6 and you boys ain't even come from it. And when you boys got rich, you had to run from it. Cash flowing, able bread.
Nah! Yo, I don't care what y'all niggas say. A+ for no sneak dissing, calling niggas out by name, chin checking them, calling niggas out.
So now that we've established the authenticity of the track, let's take a look at the bars Drizzy was spitting. Though his shots at Kendrick for his short stature garnered some attention, the lyrics about Rick Ross were the real head-turner-sterners. After he reportedly unfollowed Ross, Drake dissed him, starting off small for his age and bringing up the rapper's history as a correctional officer, saying, "I might take your latest girl and cuff her like I'm Ricky." But then he upped the ante when he dissed Rick Ross's ability to get a hit song while he name-dropped Rick and Diddy, saying, "Aren't you too old for this? I say I can't believe he jumped in this man, turning 50. Every song that made it on the chart, he got from Drizzy. Worry about whatever's going on with you." That looks like Drake is hinting at some shady stuff going down between the pair, perhaps something to do with Diddy's recent legal troubles. You best believe that fans had a field day with it. Of course, with Drake's fiery track, Ross couldn't take the disrespect lying down. He came out with his own diss track titled Champagne Moments, a clear jab at Drake, whose Instagram handle is Champagne Pappy. Ross accuses Drake of using ghostwriters. Fans weren't too thrilled about Ross's response. They felt like he should have kept that track in the vault because Drake's got some serious dirt on him. One person commented, "Drake's initial leak had a line about Diddy aimed at Ross. Drake took it out in the final verse." Drake wasn't ready to bury the hatchet just yet. He also posted a screenshot of a conversation with his mother on his Instagram story, where the two joked about Ross's accusation, particularly about the nose job. He also fired some shots by calling Ross an angry racist, while saying that Mounjaro, a diabetes drug typically used for weight loss, is making him loopy. Ross isn't the type to back off immediately, right? So he didn't. At this point, the beef had turned into an all-out war, with Rick taking the fight to IG and X. He consistently posted on his accounts dating Drake to respond and hashtagged each post with #BBLDrizzy. He egged on Drake to say something like, "Drop a response," or "Tell the kids you don't respond," followed by a slew of posts on his social media. In one of the posts, he said,
"Feeling like the bigger person. I'm the bigger person. I'm a boss. Drake, I'm going to give you an opportunity to apologize. First and foremost, you got to admit, confess you got your nose reduction, and confess you got a BBL. And I understand. I know what it's like having those flaps on your stomach and that sweat being under there. You ain't want to do that."
Rick Ross didn't stop there. He stirred the pot once more on April 16, 2024, by posting a video about Drake selling his last remaining property in the United States, an $88 million luxurious mansion. And surprisingly, Drake was quick to respond to Rick's story in his DM. DJ Academics posted a screenshot of Drake's response on Instagram. The Toronto rapper dismantled the notion that Ross is a mogul and proceeded to call his luxurious lifestyle a front. "Imagine you having $88 million to spend on a crib," he wrote with a laughing emoji. "Your shits be stolen like you got them from a police auction. Your Star Island house on a sliver of cheesecake. Your lot is 40000 square feet, and my crib is 40000 feet, Leonard." The rapper also claimed that Ross shares his private jet with others. You put a wrap on your timeshare jet. That is coming off when it's the other people's turn to fly. He continued that Ross is a Brett Berish worker, referring to the owner of Luc Belaire, one of the beverages Ross promotes frequently. "How many cases do you have to move before you finally get a check? It took a lifetime to see some real bread. You're Brett's son now. You are not Rosé anymore," he typed. The Views maker doubled down on making fun of Rosé's property size, writing in his next story, "This asterisk, he the Miami starter pack you living in a content creator crib." Drake has a considerably higher net worth than Rick Ross. The former has an estimated worth of $250 million, while Ross is believed to be worth $150 million. This wealth discrepancy is probably why Drake felt confident comparing Ross to Brett Berish, an entrepreneur and CEO of Sovereign Brands. Drake basically said Ross has to resort to side hustles to generate cash, because Ross's music doesn't sell as well as his. And how did Ross respond to that? Well, watch it yourself.
White boy, BBLDrizzy, I got a question. I saw you posted you got more money than Ricky Rose. And let's assume you did. Well, your best friend, Birdman, his house went into foreclosure 5 years ago. You done watched that man struggle them 5 years and ain't get that man a mansion? Because if you got more money than Rose, what's another 50 million, white boy? White boy, it's one for 40 on Indian Creek. It's one for 50 on Star Island. You got 48 hours, white boy. If you got Ricky Rose money, ain't none of my went in foreclosure. Come on, white boy. I'm finna bust a bottle. White boy, don't do stunner like that.
What happened to that? For context, Drake's longtime friend was forced to part ways with his Miami Beach mansion after failing to make mortgage payments. Birdman eventually ended up selling the mansion for a low price of $10.85 million, a whopping $5 million less than the original price of the sprawling property.
Homies in foreclosure. Come on, man. Go buy all that's living with each other a big mansion and put the BBLDrizzy logo on the gates, man. Feet.
It seemed like Ross wanted Drake to put his money where his mouth was and get Birdman a new home. He even scouted a few nearby locations to make the process easier. Isn't that sarcasm? Rick Ross rightfully pointed out that none of his MMG artists have been kicked out of their homes. "Ain't none of my gone into foreclosure," the rapper yelled.
Got Ricky Rose money. Ain't none of my niggas went in foreclosure. Come on, white boy. I'm finna bust a bottle. White boy, don't do stunner like that. Come on, man. What happened to that?
Ross may have less money in his bank account than Drake, but the decision to involve Birdman is smart, given that the label boss recently voiced his support for Drake in the ongoing beef. Stunner wrote, "I'm riding with you 4L" on his Instagram story, which should come as no surprise given the antagonistic relationship he's had with Ross over the years. Ross did well to respond.
Hey, that's where Birdman house was at, right over there. Stunner, that's where your house was at, right there. The little island over there.
Towards the end of the video, Ross rubs salt over Drake's wounds again by bringing his jet into the conversation. Ross twisted the knife a bit further by telling Drake to be safe flying around in his old jet. That's a 1978. Be safe on that, Drizzy.
Happened to that. 48 hours, the countdown has begun. And that old ass jet you got, they gave it to you free. That's a 1978. Be safe on that, Drizzy. Be safe on that plane. That old. And y'all need to pray for Drake and tell him, park that old ass plane. It's a 1978. The cargo jet, people gave it to him free for promo. And I ain't hating, but be safe, man. If something was to happen to you and I couldn't tell you this, be safe. And anybody getting on it, be safe, man. Wear your seat belts and make sure the oxygen things in there, because that shit was just for luggage. It wasn't for human beings.
That diss is personal, but Drake didn't run away from the fight. He stepped in the ring and played Ross's game by posting an IG story where he poked fun at Ross's digs, writing, "This is the Miami starter pack. You are living in a content creator crib." And to no one's surprise, Ross wasn't about to move on just yet. He responded with yet another video. This time, he egged on Drake to stop hiding behind Instagram captions and post a video. He also took shots at the rapper for hiring ghostwriters to do his work for him. He'll take a picture and post because he got ghostwriters for his captions.
Like sitting in a class and you watching all the nerds put together their best science project to present to the class. Man, y'all can have that shit. I ain't with that shit. Your nose fake, your stomach fake. You don't write raps.
He even plans to name one of his Japanese fish Drake.
Side the house. You feel me? On both sides. Koi pond, Japanese koi pond. And I'm gonna name one of my fish. Drum roll, please. Drake. I'm gonna name one of my Japanese koi fish Drake.
Although fans weren't reacting mostly to Ross's claims, they're blown away by just how much he's been posting about Drake. Find you someone who thinks about you as much as Ross thinks about Drake. One of the top comments on the post reads, "Others pointed out that Ross has a history of hyping up Drake, which looks a little awkward now, much like Metro Boomin. Didn't he say that Drake is in the top 2% of writers? Now he has ghostwriters. Make it make sense," another comment reads. What Rick Ross did next was challenge Drizzy just to pick up his phone and talk to people rather than hanging around. However, he should watch what he asks for, as the next disc is reportedly going to be a cracker. Leaked information lets us know about Drake's next move, which will be a huge controversy rather than the diss both rappers are throwing at themselves. Apparently, he plans to drop a video of Diddy and Rick in a compromising position, and if that felt like a splash of cold water in the face, well then, boy, do you have a lot to catch up on? For years, there have been rumors about Diddy sleeping around with men, and interestingly, Rick's name has popped up several times as one of the people that the music mogul has messed around with. In fact, 50 Cent dropped the ball on that one a long time ago. Back in the day, he posted 2 suggestive pictures of the pair. One picture showed Diddy and Rick about to embrace each other on stage, while the second picture showed the pair dressed in pink shirts with Ross hugging Diddy from the back. 50 captioned the photos, "I ain't saying nothing, but something ain't right." However, it looks like 50 realized he was venturing into dangerous territory because he took down the post soon after, which isn't really like the G-Unit rapper. If you know 50, you'd know that he never really shies away from saying the unexpected. If someone's got some dark secrets that the 21 Questions singer catches a whiff of, you best believe he's going to spill the tea. In an interview, 50's took shots at Diddy in the past for his sexuality. While promoting his film, Den of Thieves, back in the day, 50 sat down with the Breakfast Club, where he had some interesting things to say about Diddy. Apparently, the music mogul had asked to take him shopping.
He said something to me one time, a long time ago. At Chris Lighty's wedding, he told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of no, dude, take me. That's what a guy says to him.
Yes, you heard that right. 50 was shocked, to say the least. He straight up called Diddy fruity for making that offer. And here's when things get interesting. Diddy later joined the Breakfast Club, where the interviewer seized the opportunity to ask him about the rumors fueled by 50, and his response was really something.
I asked 50 about that, and he said you did the same thing to him. You asked him to take him shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes. What? I'm a nice guy.
Yo, why are you and Fifth just...
Hey, yo.
Why are y'all not...
Hey, yo, I don't have no beef with
I don't know why.
With Fifth. He loves me. He loves me.
Do y'all really
can't
have
see
a
it?
beef?
I mean, y'all can't see it.
No, we can't see it.
Y'all can't see that he loves me?
But see...
You really, hold on, you really think that's hate? You really, when you really break it down, you've been out here a long time. You know he loves me.
I don't think he like you.
You know he loves...
In recent times, 50 has dragged both Diddy and Rick's names through the dirt. This was when Diddy's name was trending every other day, given the increasing number of lawsuits against him. 50 added fuel to the fire yet again by posting Ross's questionable lyrics from his song, Uno, on his Instagram on December 6, 2023, which read, "Put Molly all in her champagne, she ain't even know it. I took her home, and I enjoyed that. She doesn't even know it." And to make sure everyone knew what he was hinting at, 50 also posted a picture of Diddy and Ross together, leaving nothing to the imagination. Interestingly, some fans brought up the rapper's controversial lyrics once again in light of Drake's new diss track. One person tweeted, "On the leaked version of Drop and Gimme 50, Drake tells Ross, 'You better be worried about that you got with Diddy.' 50 Cent and Diddy have a lot of beef. Back in the day, the two butted heads over rapper Ma's contract. 50 even went as far as accusing Diddy of playing a role in Biggie's passing. They did try to mend broken bridges over the years, but after seeing them fight backstage at the 2012 BT Hip Hop Awards, it's safe to assume that you won't be catching these two in the same room anytime soon."
You still had an altercation. What happened?
Yes, allegedly, everything happened like backstage. Backstage, I don't know. Supposedly, everything was good. They were talking, and they were joking around, laughing, chuckle, haha. And then, like, P. Diddy said something out of pocket. Said something a little that was too sensitive for 50 Cent. He didn't like it, and he called him out his name. He called him a B.
Bearing that in mind, it might feel like 50's only taking shots at Diddy to bring him down, but that's not the case. Remember how we said that there have been speculations about Diddy's sexuality over the years? Yeah, well, it ain't all because of 50. Apparently, his sexuality was one of the reasons behind the long-standing beef between Diddy and broadcaster Wendy Williams. Don't forget that in recent times, music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed a lawsuit against him for inappropriate behavior. His 79-page lawsuit also delved into Diddy's alleged relationship with other men. One passage from the lawsuit read, "Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in sexual intercourse with rapper, redacted, R&B singer, redacted, and Stevie J." The footnote for redacted reads, "He is a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj." Meanwhile, the footnote for redacted referred to someone who performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. Internet detectives used these clues to narrow it down to two names, Meek Mill and Usher. And guess what? Meek Mill is already in the trenches, with an alleged audio of him and Diddy making the rounds on the internet. As for whether Rick Ross has been corrupted by Diddy or not, fans believe the answer to that question is a big fat yes. Fans are now waiting for Drake to drop the substantive evidence that'll surely put the internet on hold. If this revealed Ross's sexual connection with Diddy, what would be his fate? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.